strong words from Adam Cole, the reigning defending NXT champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Live from Full Sail University. Your main event tonight is Shirai versus Asuka. The winner receives a future NXT Women's Championship match. But ladies and gentlemen, as per the request of General Manager Kurt Angle, who is not here tonight, he will be on location at the World Cup. He set this match up. Shane Thorne versus Nick Miller. It is a grudge match of the highest order. If you saw TakeOver London, ladies and gentlemen, you'll understand why we are here. And very apropos that Nick Miller would come out to the former TM61 theme music that used to bind him and his former brother Shane Thorne together. Nick Miller came out to try and stop Shane Thorne from inflicting even more punishment on Buddy Murphy. He tried to stop him, but instead, Shane, oh my God! What the hell? Shane Thorne just ran through the crowd, and Thorne is going after Nick Miller here. The match hasn't even gotten underway. We were meant to have a contest tonight. Nick Miller requested the match. Kurt Angle granted it. Kurt Angle is not here tonight. And Shane Thorne is making sure we get off to a chaotic start. You can see the wounds on Shane Thorne's head from that horrific steel cage war that he had with Buddy Murphy. But he didn't stop there, and he's not stopping tonight. You can see the bandaged shoulder of Nick Miller after he took that devastating powerbomb on the ramp at TakeOver London after this man unleashed on him. And Shane Thorne isn't even getting this match underway. Shane Thorne is just beating the hell out of his former friend Nick Miller here. This guy has just absolutely come off the rails, and it's absolutely disgusting. No Kurt Angle tonight. He is going to head to the World Cup to talk to Kyle O'Reilly. So he will be in New York City, and oh my God, Shane Thorne now has these stairs. What the hell is he thinking? This sadistic son of a bitch, Shane Thorne, who has terrorized NXT, and now he is terrorizing his former tag team partner. Nick Miller is in massive trouble, and I think Shane Thorne is looking for those stairs, but Miller's going to fight back here. This isn't even an official match. It hasn't even gotten underway. Nick Miller is trying to go after Shane Thorne here, but it won't matter. Miller gets folded up with that lariat, and now Shane Thorne is calling him on, telling him he wants him to fight. And look out now, Miller is dazed, and now he might be fully knocked out. Shane Thorne is beating the hell out of Nick Miller. This is not an official match. Miller didn't even make it to the ring. Shane Thorne ran through the crowd and has just assaulted this man. And Nick Miller is in a world of pain here, and Shane Thorne has absolutely lost his damn mind. Nick Miller is busted open, and Shane Thorne has not seen enough yet. For God's sake, we need security out here or something. But without Kurt Angle in the building, I don't know if there's any order tonight. Shane Thorne is destroying his former tag team partner just a few days after destroying his so-called friend, Buddy Murphy. And oh no, Shane Thorne is waiting, but look at this, Nick Miller, that typical fighting spirit that we've seen from him, still trying to get up to his feet. And this time, he is down again. Nick Miller, much like Buddy Murphy, but look at this. Much like Buddy Murphy as well, he's still trying to get back to his feet. He's still trying to fight for what's right, but Shane Thorne has absolutely lost his mind, and Nick Miller, he might go for another ride here. Much like TakeOver London, Nick Miller goes for another ride, and Shane Thorne has destroyed Buddy Murphy and Nick Miller in the space of just a couple of days. And this man solely walks on his own. We were meant to have a match, but instead, we got an assault. We need to get some help for Nick Miller out here right now. Well, I can tell you that there are, now that Shane Thorne is gone, doctors are running to ringside. Sasha Banks with some words for Io Shirai and Asuka. As always, the show must go on, but it's hard not to take notice of the doctors just escorting Nick Miller to the back right now. Sasha Banks is right. She's already beaten Asuka, but it was very, very contentious. It was the use of a steel chair that got her the win. Sasha Banks saying, I'll be watching the main event tonight, and I might just get a closer look after the match. The winner gets a shot, the next shot, at the women's champion here on NXT. And it could be Boss Town tonight. We've cleaned up the ringside area, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Miller has been escorted to the back. And we will get on with our scheduled programming here. It's the Brian Kendrick making another appearance here on the Black and Gold brand. Oh man, it is going to be hard to keep focused after what we just saw from Shane Thorne, who I am being told in my headset is now... Okay, he's left the building apparently. Shane Thorne walked straight out, didn't even grab his bags or anything. Got in his car and left. He has absolutely lost his mind. And quite frankly, he deserves some kind of suspension or something for what he's just done to Nick Miller and what he did to Buddy Murphy. Fair enough. You destroy each other inside the steel cage. You shorten each other's careers there. But we've got an update later on tonight on 3 members of the NXT roster who had particularly bad evenings at TakeOver London, one of them being Buddy Murphy. There's no excuse for attacking a man after a match. And there was no excuses coming from the camp of Matt Riddle either after his tough loss to Seth Rollins for the North American Championship. Of course, Matt Riddle won the North American Championship. And that's a massive ovation for Matt Riddle here. Still a very, very popular member of the roster. Of course, he won the North American Championship. He defended it gallantly all up until he ran into the architect, Seth Rollins, at TakeOver London. And in my opinion, they had what could have been the best match on the entire show. And it was just a coin flip at the end of the day. It was a battle of attrition. Matt Riddle loses the North American Championship. Seth Rollins solidifies himself as one of the best in the world, but Matt Riddle, I certainly don't feel, lost anything from that match. Matt Riddle still proved that he's one tough cookie, and he's going to be hard to beat here tonight as well for Brian Kendrick. This should be a bit of a wrestling clinic. The experience advantage probably goes to Brian Kendrick, who's been doing this for a hell of a long time. Of course, Matt Riddle with the UFC background. Riddle's desperate to try and get back in the winner's column after a really, really tough loss at TakeOver, which was a record-breaking night on for a number of reasons, ladies and gentlemen, but notwithstanding the fact that we raised over $600 for Cure Cancer Australia. We've got a little bit more on that later on in the week as well. Now Matt Riddle, as we zero in on this action here, Matt Riddle is just lighting up Brian Kendrick. That shot right to the solar plexus, and Riddle now is calling on Brian Kendrick, who really took that shot, knocked a hell of a lot of wind out of the sails. Now Riddle lets him out, and oh my goodness me, beautiful kick from Riddle. And now Matt Riddle with a senton. Picture perfect from Riddle. And now Riddle, though, he's going to get a run up, and he's going to try and do it again. And he nails Brian Kendrick. Oh, and only a 0 though. No, not even a 1 count there from Brian Kendrick, as Riddle is going to try and wear him down a little bit more here. Riddle desperate to get back in that wins column, no question about it. That match with Seth Rollins, it took something absolutely spectacular. Look out. Here it is, an armbar. Armbar locked in. Jessica Carr asked the question a bit quickly. Brian Kendrick able to scramble out here. And then those hammer fists down on Matt Riddle. It was one of the... Oh, look out, looking for the knee there, but he hesitated a little bit too much. Brian Kendrick saw it coming, but Riddle has the size advantage. Don't know about the speed. Oh, look out, looking for the overhand chop. Couldn't find it. Left hand knocks him into the ropes. And now, Brian Kendrick... Oh, good power here from Kendrick. Rests him up on the top rope and then face first. Down goes Matt Riddle. Brian Kendrick launches into the cover and not even a 1 count on that one. So trading zeros here at the moment, but Brian Kendrick, look at this. It's from top view here. You can see the torque on the arm here that Brian Kendrick is inflicting on Matt Riddle in the early going of this one. Kendrick going straight after him and trying to smother Matt Riddle. This is usually a Matt Riddle tactic. Brian Kendrick doing everything in his power to try and ground Matt Riddle. Sometimes maybe not the best, but when you've got someone the expertise of Matt Riddle. Now Riddle scrambling out here, overpowering him a little bit. Oh, shot to that solar plexus that he's already sent that kick, that soul butt kick into, and that's another one. He gets another one, and then he knocks him into the corner, and Riddle going to light him up with a massive chop from Matt Riddle to Brian Kendrick, and now he turns him over, and Riddle's going to try and display some power here. Riddle deadlifts him up, gut wrench position, and now Riddle's going to wrench him over. Takes him down, picture perfect gut wrench suplex, and now Matt Riddle has assumed some control here. Now Riddle's going to take control of the arm. Bit of a technical affair here. Oh, and that hyperextends the elbow. That does not feel good. Riddle now, oh, that's a hard chop. Man, Riddle can go from 0 to 100 when it comes from technical wrestling, and then all of a sudden, oh, look out, slits the throat here, and oh, down onto the back of the head. Goes that knee down into the cover here. Jessica Carr scrambling into position 1. Is it enough here? 2. Oh, that must have taken a fair bit out of Brian Kendrick. Matt Riddle said backstage earlier to me in catering that he wants to get right back in the hunt for a championship here on NXT. Wants to start tonight. Oh, look at this. Brian Kendrick. He wants more of that. And the chop comes to Kendrick, but look out. Kendrick's going to fire up now. Brian Kendrick has found this seemingly out of nowhere. No, Riddle caught him. And almost shades of The Rock will be on SmackDown this coming week. A rock bottom, and now Matt Riddle sends him in. Oh, good Lord. What a shot from Matt Riddle. Collapsing him right down, and oh, look at this. Matt Riddle here. Maybe feeling a little bit disrespected. I don't know what that's about. That's very uncharacteristic from Matt Riddle. Maybe he is in that position where he does feel a little bit of that desperation here. Maybe that loss changed something in Matt Riddle. That was a very uncharacteristic move, and this is as well. Matt Riddle seems to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder in this one. Maybe he didn't expect this kind of resistance from Brian Kendrick, and now he's getting a little bit cocky. Now he's getting in the face of Brian Kendrick here. But Riddle is going to pick him up, slam again right down on the back of the neck. This is, I got to say, pretty uncharacteristic, and Riddle, he rushes in. We saw Riddle when he rushed in against Kalisto. He lost the opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank match, and now he may lose to Brian Kendrick here. There may be a pair of losses in a row for Matt Riddle. That Fujiwara armbar is locked in. It is in deep. It is in deep at Riddle. Oh, brilliant technique. Rolls him through here, Matt Riddle. He needs to do something here, Riddle. Oh, and he found the knee. While Brian Kendrick was trying to get his bearings, he found that knee. And now Matt Riddle has assumed some control here. And look at this again here from Matt Riddle. Right to the throat. This is very interesting. I think Riddle has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder here. And now Riddle, oh look out, throwing it right back here. And now Brian Kendrick to the top, somewhere he's really, really comfortable. Kendrick looking for the elbow, couldn't find it. Riddle out of the way. Riddle out of the way, and now Riddle, oh, missed the shot, but he didn't miss the drop kick. He didn't miss the drop kick. And now Kendrick is stunned. Riddle to the top rope. Matt Riddle to the top rope. Kendrick is stunned, walks towards him, saw it coming. He almost invited it on, and now Kendrick picks him up. Air raid siren. Brings him down. And now he's going to hook him up. What is this? Oh my God. Powerbomb position. Breaks the back. Right across the knees. Brian Kendrick into the cover. Massive upset. Oh my goodness me. That was so close. Brian Kendrick capitalizing on Matt Riddle, who may still have that loss in his head, might be preoccupied, may have looked past Brian Kendrick, but now Kendrick is fighting here. He's too much of a veteran to want to count out. What a beautiful DDT though from Matt Riddle. It's a different feeling kind of Matt Riddle. And now Riddle, oh my God, what a shot that was. What a shot that was, Kendrick. The veteran experience, able to get outside the ring, but Riddle followed him. Beautiful moonsault off the apron from Matt Riddle. Stern test, but could be all over here. Riddle brings him into the ring. He might want to try and put him away. Riddle again, even late in the match here. Even late in the match, and oh, what a beautiful gut-wrench suplex from Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle may have another one for him here. Matt Riddle's pulling them all out here. Beautiful suplex. Riddle's going to pick him up. He's trying to wear him down, and again picks a perfect suplex from Riddle. And now Riddle, look out, floating bro. Floating bro is on the money. 1, 2. Matt Riddle with a big win. No. Riddle can't put him away. Brian Kendrick is hanging around. Oh, another soul butt kick to that midsection. He started the match with one, and then he nailed him again. And now Riddle, he's going to try for this again. Another kick. And now Riddle calling on Brian Kendrick. Matt Riddle. Oh my goodness me. Look at these strikes here from Matt Riddle. And a huge head kick. And Riddle is all kinds of fired up. This is a steely Riddle. This is an aggression that we've seldom seen from him. Look out, bro to sleep. German suplex combination. And now Riddle is calling him on even more. Look in the eyes of Riddle here. This is a different Matt Riddle than what we're used to seeing. Another shot to the head. And Riddle, hammer fist. Hammer fist takes him down. This Matt Riddle has an edge. This Matt Riddle has learned something. This Matt Riddle wins tonight. Taps out Brian Kendrick. That was about as ruthless a performance as we've seen. Even when he was champion. Even when he had something to defend. And now Matt Riddle seems as though he has turned another corner. We saw some uncharacteristic stuff, but what we did see was a Matt Riddle win, which is not uncharacteristic. The Bro Mission locked in, and Matt Riddle shows exactly why he will be right back in title contention very, very shortly. The King of Bros gets it done inside Full Sail University once again. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh! Well, this man was unveiled as the latest signing for NXT. And it seems as though Isaiah Swerve Scott has picked this moment of all moments to walk out into Full Sail for the first time. Swerve is in the building, and Matt Riddle is in the ring. Oh, how about that for a stare down for the ages? Riddle and Swerve. Matt Riddle is going to give Swerve the ring. But will that be the last time these two men share a ring? I sure as hell hope not. Swerve's telling him to come back. He looks like he's ready to go. Well, Isaiah Swerve Scott chose a very, very intriguing time to come out. I think that was premeditated. No question. Well, he's saying I had to do it to you. I don't know if you had to, but you have now. And I think that's a statement of intent. Swerve not here to make friends. Tell you what he will do here. He's going to make a hell of a lot of money. Just like everybody on NXT wants to be a champion. Swerve saying to Kurt Angle, you give me the best, and I'll give you my best. And if we know anything about Isaiah Swerve Scott, it's that his best is good enough to win any championship here on NXT. There is a lot of hype. It's going to be hard to live up to the amount of expectation that Swerve has, but if anyone could do it, it's him. And he's up for anything. North American tag titles. And of course, the NXT Championship. Well, there you go. Swerve saying, I'll keep my eyes on the prize. You keep your eyes on me. Isaiah Swerve Scott announcing his arrival on NXT. What a stacked roster it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now have an update on Aleister Black, Dakota Kai, and Buddy Murphy. All of their statuses are the same. They're out indefinitely, but we can't be sure about Aleister Black, as he hasn't been seen or heard from since TakeOver. You know, Buddy Murphy went through hell inside a steel cage against Shane Thorne, and then after the match, Buddy Murphy's injuries were compounded by a further assault. Of course, we saw Dakota Kai crash and burn from the top of the ladder to the floor, then have her injuries compounded by Sasha Banks. We'll have more news as it comes to hand, but as far as we know, all three will be out indefinitely. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins returns to Full Sail, but he isn't coming empty-handed. He's bringing back his newly won North American Championship. The new, reigning, defending NA champion is in Full Sail and is in action next week. Seth Rollins in action next week. Whoa, wait a minute. The hell? That is Bobby Fish and Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, one half of the tag team champions. And oh my God, he's getting assaulted by Bobby Fish. Oh, in the locker room here, that's Roderick Strong and Trent Seven. Roderick Strong and Trent Seven. This is a calculated attack from these two men. Tyler Bate in the car park. Trent Seven in the locker room. Look out! No. Roderick Strong with Trent Seven up! Through the table. The Undisputed Era are running rampant without Kurt Angle in the building tonight. And I think they've made their intentions very, very clear. The Undisputed Era, they promised that after Adam Cole retained the NXT Championship, that they would be coming for those tag team titles. We know that Kurt Angle he is en route to the World Cup of Professional Wrestling to talk personally with Kyle O'Reilly, who of course showed up at TakeOver London, shocked the world, came from under the ring, cost Aleister Black his shot at the NXT Championship. And now tonight, the Undisputed Era, with no Kurt Angle in the building, have just taken out the tag team champions. And these two men got to know the tag team champions very, very well in London. They're getting a significantly different response here in Full Sail than they did in London, but it's totally understandable considering they were on the home turf of Mustache Mountain. But they felt agonizingly close to the Street Profits. They put in an absolutely brilliant performance in what was quite clearly one of the matches of the night. They came agonizingly close, and much like Matt Riddle, they want to redeem themselves, and I don't think there's any doubt they will, given that these two Florida natives are going to be their opponents tonight. But I think we see why the two other tag teams in this division are somewhat preoccupied, and we saw, of course, Rude and Ziggler just earlier putting their name in the hat as well. So it's going to be Street Profits versus these two young men. He rushes in too. That's not a good idea. You do not want to rush in. Oh, look out. Missed out of the kick, though. He missed the kick, and oh, no. He got rolled up here. Oh, my goodness me. Surely not. Surely not. Oh, God. I thought he was going to get rolled up. That would have been an absolutely horrendous loss. Coming off the back. Oh, he's getting very confident trying to suplex the bigger man here and now. Angelo Dawkins. He's not playing that anymore. And that could be the end of the resistance from these two young men, but we saw the Street Profits, as I said, come agonizingly close in London to taking out those tag team championships in what was one of the better tag team matches that we've seen on NXT for quite some time. And now Montez takes this young man across the ring. Oh my God, the elevation on that hip toss there. Don't forget, still the main event to come. Io Shirai versus Asuka, two of the best Japanese imports we've perhaps ever seen in WWE, going head-to-head for the right to have a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. And look at this, standing in his way is Montez. But wait a minute, Montez, you can't turn your back. You can't turn your back, but I think he wants him to get the tag. He's telling him to get the tag. And in comes his partner, and Montez is just mocking this young man. He wanted him to get to the tag. He was almost rooting for him to get there. Now, Montez, the back elbow, sends him into the corner, and now Montez going to probably introduce him more to the corner. And they are firmly in control. Having a little bit of fun, you might say, with these two men. Montez forward, they're always confident. They're always feeling it. Now, Montez, he is still parading around here. Turns around, but Montez, you might want to keep your eyes on the prize here. I think he knew where he was the whole time. It's Ford now, shot to the gut. Now Montez going to pick him up and just drape him over the top rope. And this is a pretty easy dub, you would think, for the Street Profits. But you got to wonder what is next for the Street Profits. Do they go to the back of the line? You'd have to assume they have to. Can't imagine Mustache Mountain is going to take that assault from the Undisputed Era lying down. You've also got Rude and Ziggler hunting around as well. The tag team division is absolutely on fire. Now Angelo Dawkins. Almost seems like they just want to get some aggression out here. Angelo Dawkins snaps suplex, then he snaps on that young man on the outside. And Angelo Dawkins isn't done there. He's on the apron now, and Angelo jumps off. Beautiful splash from Angelo Dawkins back into the ring. And this young man is still down. I must say, I like his hair colour. But that's about all he's got going for him in this match. Here they come. Oh, goodness me. And there it is, the frog splash. You can count to 1,000. It is all over. It is absolutely all over inside Full Sail tonight. An easy dub for the Street Profits. But you get the feeling it's about a little bit more than that. It's about recapturing that mojo. It is about finding that form yet again. That's what that was all about. Getting that win under the belt after a tough loss in London. Picture perfect frog splash from Montez Ford. And these two, well, they're not going anywhere. They are still at an incredibly high level. And the swag is alive and well on NXT with the Street Profits. But it is hotting up in the tag team division. Oh, look, I think they've got something to say here. There certainly is a logjam at the top of the division. Well, yeah, people including me, I said it. It doesn't seem as though they want to just head to the back of the line and wait for the next chance. The Street Profits still want the smoke. The Undisputed Era have assaulted the champions. Rude and Ziggler have thrown their hat in the ring. The Street Profits are going nowhere either. Well, certainly some controversy brewing there, but we will be able to see Kalisto and fellow NXT superstar Baron Corbin in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Rusev, Gargano, Theory, Reed, Corbin and Kalisto all do battle for the coveted briefcase. Well, that's WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, but this is tonight. It's time to find out just who will get that next crack at the boss. Io Shirai versus Asuka coming up right here, right now. Because this is the main event of the evening. Two Japanese megastars doing battle in the main event of NXT. To determine who will fight next for the gold. Asuka's already had one chance, and it was against Sasha Banks. So there's that little subplot as well. But as Sasha Banks has mentioned, after that match, it was Io Shirai that made her presence felt and ruined the celebration of Sasha Banks. So she says She has a little bit of revisionist history there, but nonetheless, both of these women, Shirai and Asuka, well, they both have a significant history with the boss. You could argue that no one has taken Sasha Banks further into that deep water than this woman, Asuka, and she'll be supremely confident that she can do it again. But she's got to go through Io Shirai first, which, let me tell you this, that ain't no easy task. This is a dream match for a lot of people around the world. And Io Shirai will be looking to turn that dream into a reality as it pertains to the NXT Women's Championship. She made it very, very clear right from the start that that was her number one intention. The NXT Women's Championship is the reason all of these women are here. These two women have the opportunity to face Sasha Banks in the near future for that championship. Banks, of course, we heard a little bit about Dakota Kai out indefinitely along with Buddy Murphy, and the, of course, mystery of where Aleister Black may or may not be. But there is nothing holding back either of these women now. Banks is probably the baddest woman on any roster, but these two women will give it a shake. We are set to go and we are underway in the main event. And Asuka is calling on Io Shirai. This is going to be a hell of a match. And now, Asuka throws the first shot. Shirai out of the way. This is going to be quick. You might miss it if you blink. That Shirai is saying, if that's all you got, then this is going to be a really short night. But look out, Asuka. Oh, beautiful calf kick there. And now, looking for another kick, though. That was spotted by Shirai. Ooh. Quick as a hiccup, both of these women. They're going to throw shots, they're going to throw hands, they're going to do everything they can, both incredibly hybrid athletes. Now Asuka looking for another kick. That's 3 kicks in a row counted. Oh, hadn't that make that 4? Because that drop kick didn't land either, and Asuka's saying, I know you almost better than you know yourself right now. And Asuka is calling her on, and Io Shirai looks a bit frustrated with that. Shirai rushes in, and that was sent away by Asuka. Soul butt kick lands. Oh, and a spinning back fist again. Then a shot to the chest. Now she goes down low. Asuka can hit you in a million different ways. Oh, look out. She replies though, and hits a drop kick. What an exchange from these two women, and then another shot from Io Shirai. And now Shirai, well, what's she thinking here? She's going to load it up. Hand spring moonsault lands. Unbelievable. And now from the other side, has she got a pair of them? Yes, she does. A pair of them from Asuka and a 0. We have seen that already tonight. A 0 count. Going to take a hell of a lot more than that to put someone the caliber of Asuka down. Shot at the Women's Championship on the line here in the main event. Now, oh, shot to the solar plexus from Asuka. Asuka's one of the best strikers in the game, and now that is absolutely picture perfect Saito there. Look at this from Asuka. She is feeling it tonight. Asuka not going to give her a chance to breathe here and then pick her up. Damn, knocked the air out of the lungs again with that beautiful suplex. Asuka, a veteran of the game. Shirai the same. Two absolutely unbelievable athletes looking for the hip attack. No, Shirai got out of the way. She'll look to pick up the pace here. Shirai now, look at this. Oh, goodness me. Does the split, send her off. And now Asuka, a little bit dazed from that. She may have just clipped her head on the bottom rope there towards the end of that tumble that she took. And now Shirai, Shirai. She's got her on the top rope here. Look out, no. Oh my God. She used the top rope to snap the neck back of Asuka, and that could already be a turning point in this match here. That could be a significant turning point now. Now she comes in, but Asuka, desperation. She just sent her back. She just took her by the back of the head and then sent her into the mat. And now Asuka is using those educated feet to good use here. And now, oh my goodness me, what a shot to the head that was. And now Asuka seems a little bit pissed off here. And that's not something you want from the Empress. Forget the Empress of tomorrow. She's the Empress of today. There's no question about it. Asuka, one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time. And now, Io Shirai trying to get herself into that bracket. A win over Asuka tonight certainly puts you up towards that. And now Asuka's going to run in. Throws her down. And now Shirai, I think she's a little bit dazed. Asuka knows exactly where she is. And she lands that drop kick. Asuka scrambles over for the cover. Referee into position, crowd on their feet. They certainly think it's over because it landed on the chin. And when you land a drop kick that precisely off the chin, just ask someone like Kazuchika Okada, you know how much damage it can do, but she's looking to do more damage here. Hip attack. This one lands. Now down into the cover. Referee scrambling into position again. And another kick out from Io Shirai. But Asuka, with just a few moves, has put Io Shirai on the back foot to the point where it feels like she could almost put her away here. Now Asuka is just continuing these strikes, and these are all scoring. These are all taking life out of this match for Io Shirai. These are all taking their toll. These are all landing. These are all, and look at that, down to a knee here. These strikes have absolutely taken her out, and there's a massive spinning back fist taking down Io Shirai. Asuka has her right where she wants her. This is about as brutal of offense as we've seen all match from Asuka. The strikes have all taken their toll, and Asuka, with a full head of steam and a drop kick, sends her down, and Asuka's trying to pick her up again. This is ruthless from the Empress here. When there's a shot at the NXT Women's Championship on the line, Asuka will take no prisoners. Now Asuka sends her up. Oh, beautiful. Falcon Arrow. Rope assisted Falcon Arrow. And now Asuka is calling her on. Io Shirai has taken a hell of a lot of punishment in a really short amount of time here. And Asuka lands the drop kick from the second rope. And now Asuka is calling her on again. Shirai continues to get up. Asuka continues to put her down. And Shirai could be in some really big trouble, but no. Oh, she fights back here. Asuka probably could have pinned her off a couple of those combinations, but instead, it's Io Shirai taking her down face first. And Shirai, she might have to try and take the first opportunity she gets here. If she lands the moonsault, it's over. But there's no water in the pool. There's no water in the pool. And now look out, Asuka. Asuka locked it in. Asuka lock is in. The Asuka lock is in on Io Shirai. There was no water in the pool for the moonsault, but Asuka managed to find the Asuka lock, but Shirai manages to escape the clutches of the Empress and then sends her to the outside. Io Shirai's going to have to take it up again. She's going to have to take a risk, and a risk she might well take here. Here comes the genius of the sky. Oh my God. Desperation from Io Shirai. She takes the risk. It came off, but she crashed and burned a little bit herself. And now Io is going to drag her to the middle of the ring. Asuka's out. Asuka's in big, big trouble. And now the crossface / Gargano escape, whatever you want to call it. Asuka's calling it straight up pain right now. She is almost grabbing at the shirt of the referee, begging and pleading for something to happen here. Asuka may give it up. Shirai landed that massive high-risk maneuver, and it paid off. But again, Asuka is fighting out here. Asuka is fighting out. Oh, another shot. These shots are all adding up. Oh my God! The roundhouse clipped the temple of Io Shirai. A knockout shot if I've ever seen one, but she's able to kick out. It's extraordinary. But Asuka, as she has been all match, is unrelenting. Asuka will not wilt, and here she comes. And Asuka again. Oh my God, another shot to the head. Another shot to the head. And look at Asuka. She almost can't believe that Shirai keeps getting back to her feet, but Shirai can only take so much. But I think she still hasn't taken it up. Shirai now building up a full head of steam here. Slides in with a drop kick and then a shot to the back of the head. This is about as brutal as it gets, and now Shirai is laying in the boots to the face of Asuka. Shirai has just as much in the tank as Asuka here by the looks. My God, she turns her around with that shot. butterflies her up. Oh my God. Dumped her on her head. 1, 2. Is Shirai getting the shot? No. Unbelievable. Both women incredibly resilient. Shirai picks her up. No, she was going to try and plant her face first, but Asuka with an unbelievable counter. Hurricane Rana counter. And Asuka is stalking. Asuka is stalking here. This could be it for Shirai. Asuka another attempt at submission. This time it's an armbar. Referee scrambling into position. Shirai close to the ropes, but oh so far away. Asuka has the armbar locked in. Asuka has the armbar locked in, and this has got to be it. It's got to be over, but no. Shirai continues to fight here. The fight in both of these women is extraordinary. Oh, Asuka, she tried to throw that knockout punch, but she got caught. Crossface is locked in. Crossface is locked in on Asuka. Io Shirai is going to try and make her tap and get that shot that she so dearly craves, but no. Asuka with the power, able to get rid of her. Another shot to the midsection from Asuka. And now Asuka is coming at her though. She rushed in again. She rushed in again. And now she picks her up. Double underhooks. Face first. Plants Asuka. But she almost collapses to a knee. Both women exhausted. But that could be the move that separates them right there. Asuka went face first. Io Shirai firing herself up. She can smell blood. Can she draw it? Oh my God. Handspring. Back elbow. Io Shirai. Somewhat of a rainmaker pose. Can she make it rain with the moonsault? You know damn well she can. The cover isn't enough. It is. Io Shirai will face Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. My God, what a match. Asuka and Shirai bring the hard-hitting Japanese style to NXT. Look at that. Dumped her on her neck. Trying for that double underhook face buster. Could not find it. But then this, boom. Almost the back of the head. Almost a rainmaker pose, and then proceeds to make it rain with that picture-perfect moonsault. And that is always curtains for all of Io Shirai's opponents. Ladies and gentlemen, a new #1 contender is crowned. The genius of the sky could well be the next women's champion. And speaking of the women's champion, Sasha Banks, she said earlier in the night she was going to come and get a closer look. And that is exactly what she is doing. Banks and Shirai for the gold is in the black and gold brand's future. Shirai talking trash. She can't wait. Neither can we. Sasha Banks with that steely look that we have known. She's taken on all comers, but all comers don't come in the form of Io Shirai. What a moment. What a standout. Uh-oh.